Xin chao. What's up, everybody? So, yeah, we're doing a little update video here in good old Saigon. Um, Lots of stuff to talk about. Let's just say the lockdown is getting weird and the rules are getting weird. Uh, yeah, before we get into it, if you like the video, please smash the like button. If you dislike it, please smash the dislike button. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead and leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. Totally up to you. Whatever floaties your boaties. So it's getting to be a bit of a prolonged lockdown now, and it's not making too much sense anymore. Magically, people up north, Hanoians must have some thing running through their blood where they're just immune to the virus because Hanoi only magically reports like 5 cases a day and is pretty much open again. Well, to some end. While Saigon, it just kind of keeps raging. The lockdown has really done nothing to curb the numbers, to be honest with you. very, very, there's no like curve going down. It's kind of, what I would consider a failed experiment at this point. Again, I'm not a government. This isn't like a criticize Vietnam type video. They're doing what they think's best. In their country, so I've got to, roll with it. If not, I can just leave like a lot of other people did. So there's no point in crying about it and complaining about it. But it's getting to the point where manufacturing is starting to already look to new places. They are already planning to, manufacture their goods elsewhere. They can't handle all these wonky rules, and the rules change every day. Wacky stuff's imposed. Like they've deemed District 7 a green, clean zone district. And they said, hey, you can go out and exercise, but only from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Like, it's so goofy at this point. It's like, who is running this shit? And who's coming up with these decisions? It's kind of crazy. I don't get it. It's just getting kind of wacky. And I think we're at a point of where damage is being done manufacturing wise, economy wise, mental health wise, to where if something doesn't change, at the first of the month, then it's getting kind of to the point of where you're going to do damage to where it most likely can't be repaired, such as top manufacturers looking to set up more plants and stuff in other places that aren't going to be doing crazy lockdown when there's some cases. Yeah, there's no tourism revival. I think they're going to cancel Fuquoc. They haven't officially, but they've got 40 new cases there. They've got a recent burst of cases, and they haven't really given any too much information on what's really going to happen there. But from the read of it, you're locked to your resort, and to certain areas you can go. And 2 weeks, they haven't even confirmed if you can go to mainland. But what would you want to go to mainland for? Nothing's really open anywhere. Even though Hanoi's open, as a tourist, you won't be able to go into a restaurant and sit down and eat or go to a bar. There's none open. Massage place, all that stuff's just not open. And it would be the same in Fuquoc. You're just going to be hanging out at your hotel, and most people that were even going to do that were trying to jump over to mainland. So I think they'll end up just X-naying it off the board, even though they probably only have a 9% sign-up rate of people wanting to do this. It's, they really stumbled and fumbled on this vaccine thing. Fully vaxxed, we're supposed to be able to go out from the 15th in green zones, and that got pushed back because there are 95 different apps on the vaccine. The one that they chose wasn't working right, wasn't updating people's stuff right. Now I'm on the app. Mine updated efficiently and right on. I have a full green, QR code that says I'm fully vaccinated, and I'm 2 weeks after the vaccine. So to what end is this weirdness going to continue, and to what damage is going to be done is now really the question. I think they're coming up on damage that can't be damage controlled coming up on the 1st. If something doesn't change in October, and if there isn't like a kind of a complete opening by January, I know after Tet is what everybody says, which is most likely what would happen. Um, I don't, I don't, I don't get it. We've only got 724,000 cases. This whole thing of locking you in your house like you're gonna shut away an airborne virus that's more infectious than chickenpox is kind of mind blowing, to be honest with you. And now we have the statistics and the math that the lockdowns haven't been decreasing in any kind of way. Although, again, this isn't me shitting on Vietnam and the government. Again, I'm a guest in their country and I appreciate them. But it's, you've got the proof now. What's the reasoning now to continue to do this when you now know it doesn't work? It's really weird. If I was Vietnam, I would do the same thing South Korea and Japan is doing. South Korea is a little bit more stringent with theirs, but South Korea's got a pretty great idea on how to do it, and it's working pretty well. They're not going crazy on testing. They're vaccinating. They're focused on vaccinating. And here in Saigon, like 90% plus have had the first injection, and 20 to 8% have had the second injection. So, the first injection of AstraZeneca is what really does a lot of the job against the virus. So the second jab just adds in an extra like 10-20% of more effectiveness. So it's getting weird, and to the point of why. It's like, I don't know if it's a saving face thing, and they've already got enough of a little dip in deaths to be like, look, it worked. We can open up again now. But alas, that is not. And the goofy things with like the District 7, only 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and only 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Who's coming up with this stuff? Like, that is, if the whole District 7's pretty much vaxxed and they're not reporting really any cases, what are we hiding? What are we fighting then? I don't understand. You can't fight an invisible virus. This isn't a war. Like, that's kind of like the way the news really reads it, is like, we're fighting this. We're all in it together to fight this thing. And I'm with that. If the lockdown was working and the numbers were like dropping, like I'm guessing anticipating would have, I would say, okay, I get it. I'll endure this. We can all endure this and make it through. But that's just not the case. I don't want to sound like a crybaby, but I'm just giving you the information as it is. If you want a good chuckle, just go on to the vnexpress.net, the international one, and read the comments from expats living here, and you'll see really what the sentiment is for most expats living here and how they feel about it. Yeah, it sucks to kind of be here right now. I want to be vlogging. I've taken a 65% hit on earnings per month since I can't really make vlogs. I know people say do cooking stuff and other stuff, but those get like 1,000 views. They don't produce any kind of income. So, and I don't want to make shitty content just for the sake of putting out content. Now, I know a lot of you people like cooking videos, and I've got a couple. So yeah, you're gonna see a pizza review of Jimmy's Pizza come out, and I think on the 28th. So I just think it's getting weird. Like, now they're considering a green pass for partially vaccinated people. They've got to rip the Band-Aid off and open up. Hanoi they got showing pictures of traffic and stuff. It's insane. There's so many people flooding into the city, out of the city. A lot of people getting their hair cut and stuff like this. A lot of foreign teachers are completely struggling and pretty much giving up and going home. I'm just kind of reading some of the top news blurps. Another thing that is pretty crazy is there's this Vietnamese celebrity that is facing scandal over philanthropy, and they just weren't very clear on their information. They collected a lot of money. I don't know the exact amount, but they kind of live streamed it, but they didn't. Like, all you have to do is just be really transparent with that stuff. That's why when I do the orphanages, you see everything. You see me go there. You see me go and buy the stuff. You see the receipt for the stuff. You see the delivery of the stuff. We make sure everything gets accounted for. So we still have 2 more to do on that. There's nothing I can do. There's no way for me to get stuff here, and almost none of them are here. So they all went outside of town to other locations with the kids. So and I have to have that transparency. I can't really get transparency if I can't go there, film it, and see the goods delivered, film that. You get what I'm saying. But there's going to be no revival of tourism this year. There's just not until they've got it to where you don't have to do a quarantine for 7 days. Even 7 days is too long. It should be like a day or 2 if you're fully vaccinated. It's or if you've had the virus and you've recovered, it should be a day or 2 tops, man. You have a negative test before you come, have a rapid test when you get here, both negative. I personally am on the feeling of there should be no quarantine if you're fully vaccinated. Just let people live. It's really, taking a toll on expats. Now, as far as Vietnamese go, they are not in the vision of how an expat feels about this. They are fighting with Uncle Ho Chi the war on an invisible airborne virus. Totally winnable, guys. There is no way to get the numbers back down to 0 ever. It's you have to live with COVID type thing now, and just worry about getting the vaccines out is what I would do. I'm not criticizing or saying anything bad, but if it was me, and I'm not a very intelligent person, and we know this. I mean, I'm intelligent, but I'm not like a super book smarty type guy. But if it was me, I would just completely focus on vaccinating and pretty much stop testing. I don't know to what end does the testing really do. We're all locked at home anyways. Why would you need to even test? It should just be rapid vaccines. We are the hot spot. All of them should come here, and they should get everybody the first and second injection that's 18 years or older. Some say 12. I mean, there's just way more risk at 18 plus. So get the old people first. And by the way, people have commented that like old people were turned out at testing sites and stuff. When I was vaxxed, there was a bunch of old people. I know old people that have gotten vaccinated. So yeah, I don't know about all that. That makes 0 sense that they would turn away someone old and tell them they don't need it. Parents are going crazy like they were in America, juggling work and kids at home, being the teacher, all these things like this. Let's take a quick peek at the rest of the news. I mean, Phu Quoc not ready for foreign tourists next month is what one of the news articles on VN Express. Even though it's still officially on there, they say that this outbreak will have no effect on the opening in October. That should be more of the mentality of all of Vietnam. There seems to be something going on to where the North, I don't know what it is, but they're magically don't have as many cases and are having quite a bit more freedom. So I don't know, I think you can kind of figure what I'm alluding to, but I'm not here to like create rumors or start drama or anything like that. I'm just giving you the information as an expat living in Saigon during this lockdown and how it is and what it feels like to be completely secluded. I think this is a little bit more different than most of the lockdowns you guys had, because I think you guys were able to go to the grocery store and buy stuff and at least get outside of the house. They don't even want you to do that. So some places can. There's a couple guys on the Discord that can go walk to the store and go in and shop and buy stuff. There's a couple that even go drive around and get stuff. you know, I don't have a problem going on K Market's app, telling them what they need, and they deliver it to the front door. If you want to see stuff like that, I post different kinds of pictures and different shit in the Discord. So I'd recommend joining the Discord. You can just lurk. So many people lurk already. You don't have to join in the conversation. But I post a lot of daily information on stuff that's going on in my Discord. And again, in Hanoi, some beaches up there and some tourist vacation areas are opened up magically too. You can go swimming. Again, I think there's a timeline on the swimming too. You can swim from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and from 4 to 6 p.m. because I guess it becomes more dangerous to swim between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. I don't know. I can't find the logic in that. All that tells me in my head is there's going to be a lot more people packed in doing it because it's time limited and it's going to be harder to socially distance. But again, what do I know? I am not a leader of a city or a country, and I never have been, and most of us never have been. So, it's really easy to say what should be done and what should not be done. But at the end of the day, I don't think any of us are really qualified to run cities, towns. Maybe there's a couple mayors on here. But yeah, it is what it is. It's getting taxing. For me, it's just becoming a financial burden. I can see why some YouTubers left, especially ones that rely on it for their whole income. Look, we know I'm not rolling in the big bucks from my YouTube, but it made enough to pay my rent. It made enough to pay my bills, and it made enough for me to domestically travel inside of Vietnam when I was able to vlog a video at least every day or every 2 days. So it's becoming quite an issue in that department, but I have the means to make it till hopefully they open. So let's just hope that there's some ripping off of the hardcore lockdown. If I'm me, I also get Nha Trang vaccinated. There can't be too many people living in Nha Trang. I imagine there's not that many vaccinations. Get everybody their first jab and start letting people travel again. Start letting people domestically travel a little bit, especially if you're fully vaxxed. I would even go to Phu Quoc for a week right now if I could, to just go out and vlog. But I'm not going to go there if none of the restaurants are open and I'm sequestered to my hotel. Although that is a good way to do Phu Quoc. I actually had more fun just hanging out at the hotel because, well, yeah, we know I'm not the biggest fan of Phu Quoc. But at this point, I would pretty much travel anywhere domestically that opens up. But I think Nha Trang would be, ideally the place to open. You would definitely have a lot of expats going for a vacation to Nha Trang, which will bolster the economy pretty well there. So after Saigon is, fully vaxxed, I'd probably move to Nha Trang, get Nha Trang done, get Vung Tau done, get Hanoi done, and get Da Nang done. And then I would use all of the vaxes people don't like to take in rural areas. So like the Sinopharm and the Cuba one, which takes 3 jabs. I don't know why. I really don't know why they got the Cuba one. 3 jabs for our situation is scratching my head on that one too. They're still kind of dragging on their own vaccine. It's officially deemed safe, but still not getting rolled out. They have the capability to get 125 million doses out by December. So I'm truly lost as to why that isn't happening either. So yeah, I'm still in a positive light. I still love Saigon. I still love Vietnam. Do I wish things were handled a little bit differently? Sure. I wish things were handled differently. But that is the way it is. That is the situation we have. Oh, and it's official. The subway's they're not even 2023, I think they're saying now. Again, weird on that. I probably would have vaccinated all the workers on the subway line and had them, working really hard and getting stuff done that would have required little closures and stuff during this lockdown. I would have also worked on the bridge to D2. I would have got those people vaccinated and put them back to work. I mean, it's just at this point, it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it. I'll keep you updated. The big day coming up for all of us, and we're starting to not really, we're all starting to learn that, when something is kind of proposed, it usually doesn't happen now. So I have my highest hopes for October that at least I'll be able to travel around in my green zone with my double jabs, but I'm not, holding my breath about it or anything. And again, if you're an expat living here, there's really no point in crying about it and being like, open up, open up. They're not going to listen to us. They don't care what we have to say. And it's their country, so they're going to do whatever they want. So it is what it is. Just make the best out of it. Learn a new skill, you know, start meditating, figure out a bunch of shit to do at home, and turn lemon into lemonade is the best thing you can do. Uh, you know, if you want to come on the Discord, you can come on the Discord and let out a little steam. But other than that, there's no going through the VN Express international comments is pretty much amazing. It's really good times. You can see a lot of extremely frustrated expats that type out like, essay stuff, and usually they're kind of right, but again, it's falling on deaf ears. So, all right, guys, that is the video. There will be a pizza video on the 28th. This is coming out tonight. I'm going to do the premiere with you, so we'll chat along. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the content I'm still bringing to you under these circumstances we have here. If anyone has actual good ideas besides cooking, because no one really watches those, the proof is in the views, guys. Like, I understand a select few of you would, but it just doesn't cut it. And I don't know of a lot of things at home that people want to see from me. People are used to me going out and walking and showing you what Vietnam looks like in a tourist perspective. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you for the Patreon. If you want to help for just as little as $1 a month, you can join the Patreon. There's additional content on there. There's going to be some Hong Kong footage going up on there. Lots of Hong Kong footage, actually. I'm just going to start dumping it. So that's how kind of Patreon's working. I'm editing things, and there's just going to be dumps. There's no sanctioned timelines for stuff coming out. I have to shoot the podcast for that coming up in the next few days, so there'll be a podcast up as well. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay frosty. See you on the next one, and
peace out.
Peace out.